Hello and welcome to the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. You're joining us, not so much the awesome foursome, but we are the classic threesome. We're not in the fuck bunker. We're in all sorts of different places. Russ, in fact, is the only one in the fuck bunker. But if you're joining us on the stream, hello, wave, everyone. That's why they're here. Russ, wave, damn you.
I just need to finish adjusting the window because Duncan's not here. The screens are a bit different, and you were just a little head at the start with no body. No. So I'm just tweaking the.
I've just seen it.
Tweaking the layout. There we go. That's a bit better.
Excellent. There we go. Now wave. Damn you. There we go. Thank you very much. Also, if you're joining us and listening to us on the audio podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, whichever podcatcher you're deciding to listen to us on today, thank you very much. You're in the majority. But try using your eyes once in a while and watch the stream.
Because in some ways it is better because on the audio only podcast you sounded like you had more than just a little head.
Oh, there we go. So my tiny head would not have been a trouble for anyone. So that's great. We're going to be talking about D23 today. I'm just as clueless as you about what that is. And also some other news as well. I'm very much going to be the blind being led by the ones who can see today, Russ and Dan. So before we go, before we get started, I'm just going to say hi, Russ, introductions.
What's up?
Hi, Dan, introductions.
Hi. Hello.
Excellent. And hello, Tom. Guys, do we have any small talk that we want to get out of the way?
We were discussing beards earlier. Do you want to have a little chat about beards?
Just one momentary thing. That thing that Russ said about 2 years ago about having like a parting in your beard.
Oh, I hate it.
It's totally happening again. Look at that.
Mine's okay at the moment. Yeah. I've managed to do away with that.
Yeah. Because you've got such magnificent greyness in your frontal beard, it does make that more obvious.
It does, especially because the dark hair underneath. So, fuck it. I'm gonna be fiddling with it the whole thing. Cool. Well, that was good small talk.
You know what the answer is braiding it.
Braiding it.
There you go. Even if you
just beard balls.
Yeah, beard balls. There you go. Or just constant trimming.
Yeah, probably some trimming on this side.
There you go.
Also, how about this Indian summer we're enjoying in the UK right now?
I hate it. Like, can we? By now, it should just be cold, right? Can it not just be cold? Can we not just do that? Instead, it's muggy. It's not even hot. It's just muggy and horrible.
Yeah, and even when it's sunny, it's just unpleasant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is, ideally, we need climate change to reach a sort of equilibrium where we basically don't have to turn our heating on over winter, otherwise everyone's going to be penniless.
Yes, absolutely. Also, flumps. I had one of them today for the first time in ages. Still nice.
Have you tried
how much was it?
Those things called softies?
Well, I tend to fold in a few of those every week. Yeah,
they're like they're just like a fruit salad sweet that's been sort of inflated. They're amazing.
Yeah, softies, very nice. Well, that's great. Well, there we go. Look, there's some small talk out the way.
Tick that off.
Tick that off. That's done. And Dan, over to you because this whole podcast was your idea.
Because it's all your fault and you're why we're here.
By the whole podcast, do you mean literally the whole podcast from the beginning?
Literally.
I mean, that is literally the
case. This podcast 17 years ago or however long ago it was.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I'm going to stop saying literally for starters.
Just quickly though, how many years ago did we start this podcast? We must be coming up to 10 years soon.
It was 20 years ago today that Sergeant Pepper taught the band to play.
So may I introduce to you
one and only Billy Shears? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it nearly 10 years? Got to be nearly 10 years, isn't it?
I don't think so.
No, nowhere near. I think it's the gents is 9 years. So I think this is 7 years.
Okay, so 3 more years to go, guys, and still no sponsorship. So
even though I'm sitting on my very comfortable Corsair chair right now,
and I'm on my Elecwish chair. Anyway, D23. What does it mean to me?
Just before we go any further, it's related to Disney because it's on Disney Plus. I watched the Beatles documentary Get Back.
Very nice.
And it's fucking excellent. It is really, really good, yeah.
That's good to hear. That is a relief on so many fundamental levels to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. So D23. Explain to me why this is important.
It's Disney's showcase of all the things that they've got upcoming that they didn't show at Comic-Con.
Hot damn.
So anything that wasn't shown there, they kind of like spread it out so you get excited about this as well.
I'm just generally excited.
I am as well. The Marvel stuff's interesting. I think that's the most interesting stuff. Would you not agree, Mr. Russ?
Yeah, they're really starting to open up a bit about sort of where the next phase is going and who's going to be prominent and who's not.
So for starters, I mean, for me, let's move to Star Wars actually, because we got a new Andor trailer as well, and that every trailer just makes me more and more excited for that TV show.
This is the pre-films, pre-original trilogy, kind of pre-Rogue One series.
Is somewhat hilarious that it is now being considered a prequel to Rogue One, considering Rogue One is very much a prequel to A New Hope.
Yeah, it just means that it's established in canon and in the fans' hearts.
Yeah, true. Very true. I'm just trying to find somewhere that actually has grouped this in a nice way for me to read out. All Marvel announcements and trailers. Let's start there, shall we? Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Apparently, there was a new trailer there. I don't know whether they actually released the trailer or whether they just showed it there.
I've not seen it anywhere. I think it was just shown on stage, but it'll be out within a day or so.
Also, it featured Namor battling M'Baku as well, which I'm all for. I love M'Baku, so it will be out soon because the film comes out in November, so I'd imagine it'll be out very soon. Very excited about that. The original trailer looked really, really good. So the more Black Panther, the better. I will probably cry my eyes out throughout that entire film, but I'm very excited about it as well. We got revealed that Black Panther's director Ryan Coogler will serve as executive producer for Ironheart, out of the Ironheart's upcoming role in Wakanda Forever. Footage was revealed for the series focusing on her studies at MIT, along with the confirmation that Anthony Ramos will be playing the magical villain known as the Hood.
Which is great.
Not the Hood from Thunderbirds. Yeah.
With the eyebrows.
Yeah, yeah. This is on ScreenRant.com. I'm just reading this almost directly off, actually. Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania also featured exclusive footage for the 2023 film, A New Adventure in the Quantum Realm. Not only did the clip feature Bill Murray's character, who's believed to be Janet Van Dyne had died, but it also reveals that Jonathan Majors, Kang the Conqueror, will be looking to recruit Scott Lang for a heist in the Quantum Realm itself, which is good as well, following on from Loki. This is a weird one, but I'm all for it. Marvel announced Werewolf by Night. Brand new trailer. Marvel fans got their first look at Werewolf by Night, the first Marvel Studios special presentation coming to Disney Plus on October 7th. The series will star Gael Garcia Bernal as Jack Russell's Werewolf by Night, and Laura Donnelly as the monster hunter Elsa Bloodstone. Directed by Michael Giacchino, Werewolf by Night will be a truly unique MCU project as a black and white retro horror story.
Yeah, have you seen the trailer for this?
Yeah, it looks cool.
It does look good. So I'm not familiar with the comic run at all.
Me neither.
But people are either very excited or very sniffly dismissive of it, depending on what sort of a comic book fan they are.
Because we got it's got Man-Thing in as well, hasn't it? The muck-encrusted mockery of a man. Yeah, which I'm quite excited about.
Yeah, it does look. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll also feature the official MCU debut of the Man-Thing. Cool, which is cool. Secret. Is now a it's probably not the right time to interrupt to announce what's happening at the Imperial War Museum soon, is it? Oh, why not? Go for it.
I've just been reminded because obviously we've. Have you guys had the RSVP emails?
Yep.
Yeah, and did you RSVP?
I did. I mean, this very much feels like admin we could do separately in the WhatsApp group, but you knocked yourself out.
Yeah, but I figure it's probably worth saying to the 5 people watching right now, and also whoever else is listening. The exhibition has now been completely and utterly confirmed, and I am delighted to confirm that at the Imperial War Museum in London, from the 30th of September to the 30th of September this year to 28th of May next year, there is an exhibition called War Games running, which is the UK's first exhibition to explore what video games can tell us about conflict, and specifically wars, and the way that wars are portrayed in video games. And alongside some incredibly qualified people, including games developers and all that sort of stuff, I'm delighted to confirm that Dan, Russ, and myself are all members of the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast that were interviewed by the Imperial War Museum and will be talking heads in the big live exhibits.
Yeah, because of all our knowledge.
Yeah, that are taking place in this exhibition. We are a vital and central part, and in fact, the only people who were interviewed for this exhibition that are not members of the games industry, as in making games. We are technically the audience and the observers, and no one is more shocked than us. To be quite honest,
I'm still pretty sure that we get there. It'll just be our faces with a sign pointing the lose that way or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we felt that really reflected your...
Don't forget to visit the gift shop.
I just figured that would be exciting for everyone to know, because the email dropped in from my mate just saying don't forget that it's in, and I thought it's actually a worthwhile thing to do 2 weeks out to kind of tell everyone that we'll be going to the preview event, but the exhibition itself opens on the 30th of September. So check it out if you want to see us pretending to
wanging on like we know what we're talking about. It's pretty much what you can come to us every week for anyway.
If you hang around for longer than half an hour, you'll probably see one of us there just going, oh, do you want to talk to me about this actually? As well. So
that's me.
It's basically the same as this podcast. It's just that we're all using our I'd like to be taken seriously voices.
Yes. we put on voices. We did. To a man. All three of us did. We have broadcast voices. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there. That's in 2 weeks' time at the IWM, so do head down. Dan, apologies for interrupting.
No, I think that's about the best reason you could possibly interrupt, I think.
I hope so. We will. I think for the social media channel, because obviously we're there, we should take some videos and do some posts there as well. So when we're at the preview event, keep an eye on our feeds, and it'll all be there. Did we lose anyone? No, we've got still all 5 people watching. Congrats. You very much.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you very much.
Yes, and anyone else who stumbled upon this by accident looking at news about Disney.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dan, sorry.
Okay.
Crack on, my man.
Secret Invasion. Shh. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
No, if it was called literally Secret Invasion : shh. that'd be nice.
So it's a series centering around Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Maria Hill, Kobe Smulders, Maria Hill, Don Cheadle as War Machine as well, and Ben Mendelsohn's back as Talos. I'll watch Ben Mendelsohn in pretty much anything. Adds also Emilia Clarke and Olivia Colman as well.
I cannot fucking believe they've got Olivia Colman in this.
No, I love it though.
I love Olivia Colman.
So it's a real kind of like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy meets like Marvel MCU in this one.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy Skrull,
exactly, yeah. Where you can't really trust who is anyone by the looks of things in this one, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun because obviously the big thing about Skrull is they can disguise themselves as humans. So very very excited about this as well. The comic's ace. So I'm thinking this might be quite good as well, hopefully.
On the Skrull are more of like a sort of straight up baddies in the comic, aren't they?
Pretty much. Not like all of them, but we're down to 3 followers, by the way. 3 watchers. But it's they're kind of more straight up baddies. But one of the best things they did in the film, I think, was introduce the fact that they're kind of more. It's a morally grey area, really, which was good. Because in Captain Marvel, which is a film that doesn't get the credit it deserves, by the way, because it's an excellent film. Most of the film, you're following Captain Marvel chasing the Skrull, thinking this is a typical Marvel romp where they're the bad guys. And then when it turns out that the Skrull are the good guys and Captain Marvel's been working for the bad guys, spoilers if you haven't seen Captain Marvel, by the way, then it's just a really nice twist. And it really adds to it. And I think it sets up Secret Invasion because we're going to be going, there's those super happy Skrull people. What? They're killing people. So, yeah.
She's working for the bad guys.
And in Captain Marvel.
Is she?
Have you seen Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is about like how it turns out she's working for the bad guys.
She's working for the Kree to start
Yeah.
with.
Ah. I didn't know that. I didn't.
It's a very complex movie. It probably just went right over your head.
I thought she was working with Nick Fury.
Eventually.
Is he working
but at
with
the start?
Kree?
No, he's working with the Skrull.
Well, he's working with S.H.I.E.L.D., really, isn't he?
Yeah.
But at the start, she's living on the Kree homeworld, isn't she? Whatever.
Russ, are you like me and you're not sure whether Tom's taking the piss here or not?
No, he looks genuinely confused.
I don't remember.
Oh, I'm trying to do a remember.
It doesn't.
I think you might need to watch Captain Marvel again.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think I need to watch it again because I do remember something about a cat. Oh, the Flurgan! I do remember the Flurgan.
Most important part of the movie.
Yeah, I remember the Flurgan.
Yeah. Well, that's how he
loses his eye.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Good. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Skrull getting beaten.
Well,
we don't know.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. The Krill. There we go. The Krill getting beaten. That's what we're looking for as well. Armor Wars got a new logo, and Don Cheadle's been confirmed as like the main lead in that.
I don't think you can count it as an announcement if what you're announcing is we've got a new logo.
We got a logo.
What's Armor Wars?
It's spelt wrong for starters, but it's a new series based around War Machine, I think. So
nice.
And I would imagine it will involve. The rumor is Sam Rockwell's hammer again.
Really?
As well. Yeah.
He must have been serving some time, though, right?
You thought so?
But he was one of the few enjoyable things about Iron Man 2, wasn't he?
Takes place right after Secret Invasion, apparently. So that's nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Which one's Secret Invasion?
The one we've just been talking about the Skrull.
Oh, right. Okay, with the Krill.
Cool. The Krill, yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Loki season 2. I mean, it was announced a while ago, but they had at D23. They had Tom Hiddleston. They had the rest of the cast, whose names I can't remember. Kevin Feige's there with his baseball cap on. Looks excellent. I'm very excited about that.
Nice.
Nice. I like baseball caps.
Yeah, baseball caps are tight.
Tight. They're radical, man.
That sounds really difficult. Not difficult at all. Barely an inconvenience. Fantastic Four as well. We got a director for Fantastic Four, One Division's Matt Shackman, which I think is probably a good.
That's pretty cool, though, right? Because hasn't this taken a long time to get off the ground?
Yes, because they've been kind of teasing the tip in for this one.
The stretchy one was in Doctor Strange.
Stronger, yeah.
Stronger, yeah. Doctor Strange,
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's almost certainly not going to be him playing that character in this one.
Oh, why?
Because, like, alternate universe in it.
That's a really easy get out of jail free card, isn't it, for basically anyone working in the Marvel universe at the moment.
It's also a great way of saying, here, you wanted him as Captain, as Mr. Fantastic. Here he fucking is as Mr. Fantastic. Now fuck off and leave us to actually make the film, please. I think that was part of it.
I love the way that you personify the Disney crew as
word
being
for
really,
word,
really pissed off. With
word for word, what Kevin Feige was saying. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hear. Echo TV series. Character in Hawkeye, going up against Kingpin again in this one. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, no less, as well, which I'm quite excited about. Fucking loved Hawkeye, and I thought Echo was really cool in Hawkeye, so very excited about this.
Which one was Hawkeye? The film, was that the Christmas one?
TV series, yeah.
Yeah,
Christmas
one,
TV
series, yeah.
Yeah, the one featuring Hawkeye, funnily enough.
The one with Hawkeye.
Yeah, in fact, not just one Hawkeye, but two Hawkeyes.
Only
one Hawkeye, really, because Hawkeye's never actually called Hawkeye, is he?
That's a good point, yeah.
Is it an alternate universe Hawkeye as well?
Nope. Just a different person called Hawkeye.
Who?
Kate Bishop, the person he's training.
Who's Kate Bishop?
Haley Steinfeld.
She's the person. Did you watch Haley Steinfeld? Yeah.
Do you know
of
how
these
to watch
things
telly?
at all?
Do you just sort of sit there, like gaping your mouth at the screen and humming to yourself?
To be fair, I have it on good authority that he has just sits there gaping his mouth. But yeah,
I mean, genuinely, when I said to you on the team chat earlier, I am going to be the clueless one in this one. I wasn't joking.
The thing is, we're talking about things you've watched. Tom.
I haven't watched this.
You've expressed opinions about these things.
Yeah.
The only opinions I've ever expressed were, "Is it good? Oh, that sounds good."
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Paul
that
says,
sounds interesting.
Paul's. Have you got the joke of the night thing ready, Tom?
I've got clever joke. Yep.
I have it on standby.
Okay. Paul says Echo TV series disappointing. It's not about a dolphin.
Is that a clever joke?
I think so.
Pretty clever joke, yeah.
Yeah.
So again,
Echo the Dolphin was a video game
on this pop culture podcast, there was a 90s Mega Drive game called Echo the Dolphin.
Tom, have you banged your head or something? I'm a little concerned. I'm not going to lie.
I haven't. I'm just sorry. I'm very bereft of fluids at the moment.
I don't want to know.
For anyone interested or who cares, it was my 10th wedding anniversary.
Oh my God, week. Tom.
So I am what? Why you're the one going to that place? I haven't. You even
literally.
I am hungover from the frivolities and dry and filled with salt. So from olives. So that is that, and that's how that works. But thanks, Paul. I appreciate that. That was a good joke, actually, because I remembered a few seconds later that there was, in fact, a Sega game called Echo the Dolphin. Yeah.
Who is this person, Russ?
So, thank you for the congratulations for the IWM as well. Appreciate that, mate. I assume that's what that's for. If it's not, then, well, that's a, yep. Anyway, Dan, D23. Let's keep this cart rolling.
I feel like we should just leave him chatting away.
Let's go.
Just walk out. Just leave him.
So,
they announced that Daredevil's an actual thing that's going to happen, which is really, really good. Upcoming series will have 18
Daredevil
episodes.
was Ben Affleck, right?
At one point,
Daredevil
yes.
was Ben Affleck originally. Yeah. Yes, I remember that film.
And then Charlie Cox.
No, that name does not ring a bell.
Did you not watch the Daredevil TV?
Who's Charlie Cox?
The Daredevil. No, okay. He was also in Stardust.
I didn't know there was a TV series, and I don't.
Tom,
know
this TV series came out like 5 years ago.
I have been busy. I'm so sorry. I don't. Right, let's keep going.
He's in.
I'll try to get through one of these.
He's in Spider-Man. Yeah.
Which one?
You were about to say who's Spider-Man, and then I knew. That's when I knew you were joking. This is all a big joke.
No, okay, so which Spider-Man? So I know Spider-Man.
He's taking the piss, Russ.
Did you see the most recent Spider-Man movie?
I have to confess I haven't seen the most recent Spider-Man film yet.
It's on Netflix now, isn't it?
Which one's that
Netflix
one?
Netflix is a streaming service.
Long Way Home or Long Way Back?
No Way Home.
No, you're thinking of our friend Ewan McGregor.
Oh, yeah. Long Way Home
with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Excellent. Right. So who's next?
Charlie, you're gone.
Yeah, gone. Charlie's gone. It's an alternate Charlie who's not annoying.
I got Spider-Man instead.
Shoot you with my web.
Paul says, Tom, you okay, hun? I think Russ is frozen. There he is. That's
I'm just waiting for Tom to say something, sensible.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen
bereft
tonight,
of fluids.
Bereft of fluids. The olive salt has taken me over. Right.
And
next?
Daredevil will feature in an episode of She-Hulk as well, apparently. It's just nice.
So I've seen that advertised on Disney Plus. She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Yes. Yeah, it's really fucking good. Have you watched any, Russ?
No, we're sort of saving it up. I think we're gonna wait until it's all been on and then just bash it out in one setting.
Really good.
Is it really good? Because me and the missus keep glossing over it, thinking it looks a bit like it might not be great. But if it's good,
Superheroes meets Ally McBeal meets Fleabag.
Do you know what? I think my wife would like 2 out of 3 of those.
Is if the superheroes isn't one of them, then you might be shit out of luck, I'm afraid.
Well, she doesn't like Ally McBeal. See, I love Ally McBeal, but she loves Fleabag and superheroes, and I love Fleabag as well. Actually, I like all 3 of them.
It's really good. I really liked it anyway.
Fair dues.
Captain America. Oh fucking hell! Captain America. Captain America: New World Order. We got a new logo for it, and we got Tim Blake Nelson will return to the MCU as the leader. He was in 2008's Incredible Hulk, so that's playing the long game, really, isn't it? We'll also feature Isaiah Bradley as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is leads directly on from the TV series as well. That's nice. The Thunderbolts. I suppose this is the big news, is it? They kind of announced who was in the Thunderbolts.
This is the closest there is to like an Avengers type thing, really.
Yeah, except it's kind of like B-team Avengers, isn't it? Really, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So it's it's 3 people from the Black Widow movie, which is it's Red Guardian, who is played by David Harbour.
Yep, well-known superhero there. Yep.
Yelena Belova, who is played by Florence Pugh. And
I
also
know Florence Pugh.
Go on.
No, as in
how?
Well, they've been on. There's lots of stuff going on about TikTok with her and Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So
therefore,
that's
you
how
know
I
Florence
know.
Pugh.
So no Florence Pugh. Yep.
And Taskmaster, not Greg Davis. We're not doing that fucking joke again.
But speaking of, new series of Taskmaster starts in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm about 3 seasons behind because I thought it got a bit shit. So
well, you are the lucky one because that means you have 3 seasons to watch that you haven't ever seen of Taskmaster, which is always a wonderful situation to be in. I hate the fact that I've seen them all because when I go back to them, I know which jokes are coming up and they're still funny.
You are right. It suffered a little bit over lockdown, but honestly, the last series is one of the best.
Everyone always says that. Everyone always says, "Oh no," but the last series is one of the
seriously,
best.
like the ones before, like it didn't work as well when they didn't have a live audience in the the studio.
The best series was definitely the one with. The best series was the one with Noel Fielding in it. That was undoubtedly the best of all of them. But there have been some absolute corkers. The series with Johnny Vegas in it is probably one of my favourite of all time. He's consistently hilarious.
I like that one. That was good. He was the highlight, though, I thought.
Yeah, he was. He was phenomenal.
My favourite series is the Bob Mortimer series. That is just like all-star lineup, I think. They'll never get better than that. Bob Mortimer, Nish Kumar, Mark Watson. Who else was there? Sally Phillips. Yeah.
And what's her name? Aileen B. She was in it as well.
Aisling B. Yeah.
Aisling B. Sorry, I thought it was Aileen.
Yeah, that was a good bump.
That's my favourite one. Mostly because Bob Mortimer was in it, though. So yeah.
He's brilliant.
Sadly, Bob Mortimer didn't make the cut for the Thunderbolts, though. So he'd be excellent in it, though. We also got US Agent from the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series. We got the Winter Soldier from the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series. And we've got Julia Louise-Dreyfus playing Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, who's putting it all together, like the Nick Fury of it all. So
yeah.
Which is what we suspect.
What's her name? Ghost is in it as well, isn't she?
Oh, Ghost as well from Ant-Man and Wasp, yeah.
So it's all sort of
the one that's
slightly like they're not exactly evil, but they were sort of definitely on the antagonist side of things. A lot of them.
Yeah, so that's what I quite like about it. They've not picked villains. Like every single one of these people is trying to do what they think is the right thing.
So it's a sort of halfway house between not the film Suicide Squad, but the idea of Suicide Squad and the Avengers. It's kind of like a halfway house.
The Thunderbolts in the comics are kind of meant to be the Suicide Squad
for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with this, they seem to have picked characters that you can kind of believe would be like, no, we're doing this because we want to do the right thing.
No, that's
and that
good.
kind of makes sense. So yeah.
I like that.
Although we need Zemo in it. That really ties the room together, I think.
Who's Zemo?
Baron Zemo.
He was
in Civil War.
Yeah, where he murdered a lot of people.
Yeah.
including
he did some funny dancing.
Yeah, he did a memeable dance, so all is forgiven.
Yeah, exactly. We got some. Apparently, we didn't get any exclusive footage, but D23 got exclusive footage of the Marvels as well, which is the next Captain Marvel film featuring Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, and Monica Rambeau's Spectrum.
Yeah, this
from
does
WandaVision
this
TV series.
This should be quite a lot of fun.
I can't remember the actress's name, but the person who plays Kamala Khan is the most wonderful person on the planet.
Yeah, she's really cool. She's just such a dork. She's brilliant.
Did you see her interviews like at D23, where she's like, "This is amazing. I just met Harrison Ford, and I also I met Charlie Cox, and he's Daredevil and stuff like that, and just like going, this is amazing. I can't believe I'm here. This is incredible. It's like you're one of the stars of being here as well. So enjoy it, I suppose." And that was the last thing on the Marvel front. There wasn't much on the Star Wars front, unless I missed anything, was there?
Well, they'd kind of announced most of that already, hadn't they? It was there's nothing. There was what's that? It's called Tales of the Jedi, the animated thing.
Oh yeah.
But
and apparently there was more. Oh God, what's her name? Oh God, what's her bloody name? Jedi in
Ahsoka Tano?
Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka. Yeah, there was more Ahsoka stuff apparently.
Ahsoka.
And a trailer for next series of The Mandalorian as well.
Yes, yeah, there was actually quite a bit of Star Wars stuff.
Pant-tighteningly good.
Yeah, well, it looks better than the Book of Boba Fett.
It looks way. I mean,
yeah,
that's not difficult.
Let's have a look.
It does look very good. My wife's very angry that she's gonna have to wait that long to.
When's it out?
Like next year sometime. That is a long time to go between doses of Pedro Pascal.
So here's all the announcements. Andor, we got the new trailer. I'm fucking in. I rewatched Rogue One again the other day.
I just want him looking hot and doing morally dubious stuff.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and me going, but I'd still fuck him. Usual.
I just love the whole premise of the series. I just love the idea of the rebellion sort of almost floundering. And it's only like little sort of covert operatives like him that are sort of keeping the spirit alive.
The TV series is basically hinting that he is the reason the rebellion actually do something. And I'm fucking all for it. Like the idea that when we meet Cassian Andor in Rogue One, at this point he is like an integral piece of the rebellion rather than just someone who does something for them. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm down for that action.
We got the Willow trailer as well, which looks cool. I'm all for Willow.
Yeah.
So
I think you can tell what's marching out of my mouth right now. What or who is Willow?
You remember the film Willow from the 80s? Was it the 90s? It might have been the 90s actually. Thinking about
the one with Warwick Davis in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Val Kilmer. Yes.
Joanne Wally Kilmer as well. Joanne Wally. But yeah.
Okay.
Getting another series of The Bad Batch early 2023. I haven't watched any of the Star Wars animated stuff. I need to actually sit down and watch it at some point.
See, this is where I can come into my own because
Tom.
Because The Bad Batch is a awesome animated series and is very much just as much for us aging Star Wars fans as it is for new Star Wars fans, about a batch of clones during the Clone Wars. I am in for another series. It really looked into the lives of clones and the ones that aren't as fortunate to be able to come through the cloning process in full control of their body and what happens to them. And it's lovely. It's wonderful side stories. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm in for that.
Yeah, it does sound good.
Tales of the Jedi looks interesting. I've just read up on it, Russ. So it's going to be like, they're going to be individual stories by the looks of them. 6 individual stories. Looks at a young Ahsoka Tano. Looks at an early Qui-Gon Jinn as well. And that kind of thing as well. So, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, as an animated series. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau treated fans in attendance to an early in-production images from Ahsoka as well, which is super.
I am so on board with that. I absolutely loved the addition of Ahsoka Tano to The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. Inspired.
And she mentioned Grand Admiral Thrawn as well, didn't she? So, that's hopefully going somewhere.
That makes me Thrawny.
Because as we all know, Grand Admiral Thrawn, according to canon, I think, was out in the unknown regions at the time of the Empire's fall. And he comes back, man. Back, baby.
Yeah, I don't know if this is... Because he's an alien, they can just say, oh, they live a really long time, or they might be like adjusting the timelines a bit. Because obviously he was... if he was... It's a long time ago now. All that stuff.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
He's a Chiss, isn't he? He's a Chiss.
He is.
Blue-skinned, red-eyed aliens.
Yes.
Yeah,
he
but
was the only non-human to get the rank of Grand Admiral.
He did in the expanded universe. He came back after the Return of the Jedi timeline, didn't he? It was his massive campaign that nearly floored the New Republic.
He was a clone, wasn't he?
He had a clone called Yorus Saboth, I think.
He found
on Wayland,
a Jedi who was like a cloned Jedi and was a bit nuts,
but gave his army battle meditation, so was able to sort of unify the army a lot better, which is incidentally what the Emperor did. And apparently when he dies in Return of the Jedi, his battle meditation comes to an end, which is why the fleet suddenly starts floundering and crashing into the Death Star and fucking up Royal.
Which I did quite like that, because it's clear there's just to explain how they just suddenly go really shit, and how that one A-wing takes out the Executor.
The Executor. Yeah. Crash. We die. Oh no, they killed the Emperor and blew up the Death Star, so they won.
This is cool, and I didn't know about this. Literally just looking at this up for the first time. I didn't know it was live action in particular. The Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Currently in production, Star Wars Skeleton Crew will centre around a group of children lost in space and be set in the New Republic time frame.
Oh, cool.
Creators John Watts and Chris Ford joined Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to present an in-room only first look at star Jude Law in the show.
Yeah, this sounds interesting.
I'm in.
That and what's the other one that what's her face from Russian Doll is doing? That sounds entertaining as well. Didn't they announce someone for that show? Well, I'm sure we'll get to it.
So I just love how much work Jon Favreau is doing.
Yeah, he just seems to fucking love it as well. Just seems to. He must be raking it in as being like the guy that just kind of like.
Mandalorian was his, wasn't it?
That was. Yeah, they're gradually
like his baby, that show.
They're gradually making Jon Favreau the Kevin Feige. Like, I think he'll gradually start taking over from Kathleen Kennedy.
He's so good. Like
he's pretty much in charge of all the TV stuff that they do.
Yeah,
or at least like has a very, very like strong voice in what they do.
So good.
He wouldn't have fucking cancelled Rogue Squadron.
No, he wouldn't.
They definitely cancelled it. I thought it just got postponed. They've said that the films are kind of still on the back burner. They will still happen at some point. If that Rogue Squadron trailer or the Rogue Squadron announcement is still one of my favourite things I've ever watched.
Do things like that to us. You can't treat us like that and take it away.
Yeah. You can't do that, because that is one of the coolest moments. Because, my dad was a pilot. I used to like his planes whizzing above me. And when he died, I said I wanted to make the greatest pilot film. Good luck, though, because that's already been made. But
like they could just take Top Gun Maverick and just like change all the F-18s to X-Wings.
I mean, they kind of... I'm not being funny. If they did that, we'd get like 30% of New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is the trench run at the end of the day. Yeah. So, yeah.
So cool, though. So cool.
God, it's so fucking good.
Last week, but it's so good.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, go and see it, please. It's so good. So good.
The more you think about it, the more you kind of fall in love with it as well.
The more I think about it, the more I want to go and see it again.
Yeah,
so I can totally understand why you've been seeing it so many times.
Well, it's one of those that when I sit down and watch it again, I'm like, oh my God, I'm in my safe place. This is great.
When
I made it back to Top Gun Maverick. That's okay.
When it's at home, I'm going to be sitting 2 inches away from the TV with like headphones on.
Yeah.
I want to feel the rumble.
Yeah. You want to feel the need.
I want to feel the need for speed.
Yeah. Mandalorian season 3 teaser trailer as well. Yeah, as we mentioned, just more Ginger Aaron, whatever.
Ginger Aaron.
Ginger Aaron.
Ginger Aaron.
More Ginger Aaron is what I'm excited about. Yeah. And Indiana Jones, there was an in-house sizzle reel apparently.
Yeah,
It's coming out next year.
Indiana Jones is guilty until proven innocent now, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Indiana Jones.
yeah. Well, Harrison Ford. I don't know.
Bit
Still
old
watch
for
it.
it now, isn't he?
Yeah, but we say that, and we have just spent all of summer wanging on about Tom Cruise flying F-18s and actually being in the F-18s that he was flying. so.
Tom Cruise is still 20 years younger than Harrison Ford.
Is he still? Is he really that much younger?
Tom Cruise is 60, or very nearly 60. Harrison Ford is 80.
Fuck off, 80.
I think he is.
See, this is
We're
why
still in the 90s, right?
it's every time I hear that sort of stuff, I always think to myself, maybe I should just dye my hair because all these Hollywood people are doing it, and Maverick definitely, Tom Cruise definitely has grey hair, but is covering it up, dyed. I
Harrison
should
Ford is
just do
80.
it.
He was born in
Fucking
1942.
hell.
Jeez.
It's
And he is looking good for 80.
I remember he looked old though in the last Indiana Jones film.
He looked
how
old
long
in the
ago
last
was
Star
that?
Wars film.
He did
that
look
was
very
in.
old in the last Star Wars film. Yeah, bless him.
I'm just a smuggler.
Jedi Young Adventures, not something I really care about.
Now it's time for my nap and soup.
There was some other stuff as well, like Little Mermaid, shit like that. Do we care about that stuff? Apart from racists can fuck off, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I can't believe the furor that's being kicked up by that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I won't watch it because I think all the live action stuff is shite. But
I mean, I'm not invested in it whatsoever. The wife, on the other hand, very much enjoys these live action versions, especially fond of the Jungle Book.
I can't stand them. I think I haven't seen one that I thought was particularly any good.
I just don't really get the point of them.
Mm.
The Little Mermaid one's coming for a lot of very unreasonable criticism from arseholes, but it's also coming for a lot of it just looks quite murky.
Yeah,
and
It does, doesn't it?
like
this was it.
not
They
very
announced
brightly
it.
lit,
They
which is
announced
probably
someone's been-
realistic if it's under the sea. But is that really what you should be going for?
Is it Under the Sea? They should write a song about that.
Duncan would appreciate the reality of the setting. With
It's
all
like with the
talking
Lion
fish.
King one. It had very, very realistic animals to the point where they didn't have expressions, because obviously real animals don't have expressions. But it turns out that they're quite important in conveying emotion in a storytelling sense.
I don't know. Duncan would probably have something to say about the talking fish.
He's probably
Maybe
talked to a few
that's not
fish.
real. Yeah. Hi, Duncan.
Not again, Duncan.
Join
Um,
us in the kelp.
So they also announced, I forgot to mention this, they've cast Ezra Bridger from the Rebels in the Ahsoka TV series as well. Eman Esfandi. If you look at a picture, from what I understand, he looks exactly like him. But as I say, I need to just actually sit and watch these things first. Disney passed out 3D glasses to its attendees to show them select scenes from Avatar: The Way of the Water. Apparently, the visuals
really
of the groundbreaking
going with
sequel
the
are
3D
just
into
as
it.
revolutionary as the first one. Plus, we finally see how Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Lang's characters return.
I forgot Sigourney Weaver was in it.
We don't need.
Stephen Mang.
I just don't want to sit in the cinema watching with sunglasses on anymore.
Watching
Like,
Blue Cats
it's-
docking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's not really one that I'm excited about. Saw the first Avatar twice, once in 3D and once in standard, and I have to say I'm not entirely sure what the difference between either one of them was.
There was a bit where one of them swings a big gun round. You're like, whoa! He swung a big gun round.
It's the bit where they are docking in the life tree or whatever it is, and all the little light things come twizzling down and stuff. I thought that bit was quite spectacular in 3D, but then the rest of it was poo bobbins.
Anything with any of those bits flying down, that was like, oh look, we've done it in 3D.
Yeah.
For me, the most spectacular film in 3D has been Jackass. So whatever.
Jackass 3D.
Nothing else has lived up to that. So
Some of that shit literally is coming at you.
yeah, exactly. Did I tell you I watched the new Jackass?
Jackass.
Jackass.
Did I mention that? Did I mention it last week? I can't remember.
I don't think so. No.
It is so fucking good. I really like it. Like, it's so
It's the
silly.
new one with the new people, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that one with Jolie. It was really
It's
good.
so silly, but I fucking love it. It's just, I'll watch them do. They're just hilarious. And honestly, if it was just a film with Chris Pontius just laughing and just taking his clothes off, I'd be fine with that as well.
I just love how dangerous and tense an experience it must be to be one of them filming one of these films. Just like a couple of months of abject fear.
I like the fact they didn't give a shit if the people had like genuine careers outside of Jackass as well. They were getting punched in the face. Like, was it just the one where they go to the coffee shop and they're taking their orders and they're leaning in to look at it, and then the thing pings out and hits them in the face. I mean, it's every bit as good as the one where the writing gets smaller in like one of the earlier ones, which is still my favourite thing I think they've ever done.
That was good. That was really funny.
And even just the hand with the with the flour. And he goes, I thought it was weird you asked for soup.
Yes, and it broke the tray in half. It was so good. And like little wee man just like they're just going, hey man, what's up, brother? The guy walks through the door, bam. Just like... and he's lying on the floor like prone, just kind of like, oh man, you really sold it.
Oh my.
So good.
We haven't done a love letters in ages. Maybe we should do our favourite Jackass sketches.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, maybe we should do that at some point.
So good.
Oh god, but I'm talking about it. I might watch all of them again.
Yeah.
Like they're all so good. So
I'll do my research.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, we got the Little Mermaid live action trailer as well, which looks fine. Like all the live action stuff is just fine. We also got Inside Out 2 was announced as well.
Oh, that's nice.
I fucking love Inside Out, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that looks very interesting.
Yeah, it does. Hocus Pocus 2 as well.
Yeah, take that.
Coming, yeah, fine. September 30th on Disney Plus. Disney's Haunted Mansion. Spooky fun, apparently. Jamie Lee Curtis starring as the lead. The sequel to Enchanted, Disenchanted.
This is starting to get into the territory of Disney that we sort of are less engaged with.
See, I quite liked Enchanted. Mufasa, the Lion King prequel.
Really?
Elemental, Pixar film. World where people are literally made of the 4 primal elements.
So like earth, fire, wind, water, and heart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gonna turn people into motherfucking trees.
Yeah, everything's a tree. And that's about it. There's some other stuff as well, but it's yeah. I mean, we're getting into the weeds. Oh, the new National Treasure film as well.
Jesus Christ! Is it Nick Cage?
I don't think so. I might be wrong. A new Muppets film as well, which I'm all for.
Mounder.
A new Santa Claus film starring Tim Allen. Yeah, and that's about it. I think
there's loads of like kids show stuff and things like that as well, but let's not get too far down the rabbit hole.
Some other news, if you're interested.
News.
Hugh Jackman teases the Greatest Showman sequel.
The second Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman.
So I bring this up because I shat on the Greatest Showman from a great height before I watched it, thinking, oh, it can't be that good. It's going to be shit. God, everyone bangs on about the fucking Greatest Showman. The songs are shit. And I still think the songs are shit, by the way. Let me stress that. But then I watched it and went, oh, this is quite good. This is actually quite good. So I went in wanting to hate the Greatest Showman, understanding that it would have to work very hard to impress me. And I watched it and went, that's actually quite good. Which means that it's probably really fucking good. So yeah, just worth mentioning. I thought Greatest Showman sequel.
Yeah, the Mrs. was a big fan. That soundtrack was playing for quite a while.
That soundtrack's awful. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Hugh Jackman singing. I don't think he's a very good singer. I know that's controversial, but
the songs that the song that Zendaya sings is superb. Rewrite the Stars. That is a wonderful song. But yeah, I agree. The rest of them, I can kind of take or leave.
Paul says Star Trek Day had some cool news. Star Trek Khan, SETI Alpha 5 will be released as a podcast written by Nicholas Meyer, who directed Wrath of Khan and Undiscovered Country. So it could be interesting. I'm all for that. I'll give that a listen. Sounds good.
That sounds interesting.
And also says the live action Jungle Book directed by Jon Favreau was very good, to be fair.
Yes, I'll tell my wife.
Yeah, I've not seen that one, but
I didn't love it. But that's just me. So give it a shot. If he gives a shot. Star Wars Cyberpunk even 2077 sequel potentially teased by CD Projekt Red.
should they not sort of finish the first
Finish
one
the
before
first
they
one,
do
maybe?
the second one?
I was going to say might be an idea.
Yeah. Just,
Might be something they might want to consider putting on the old project list.
also, would there be rioting if they released Cyberpunk sequel before they released a Witcher sequel?
I think there'd be a few annoyed people.
I'd be in one of them.
Yeah.
Those Witcher games are quite good. Those Cyberpunk games are games.
Yeah.
Well, that Cyberpunk game is a
They're
game.
just games.
I have
Although-
enjoyed what I've played of it so far, to be fair, but
Well, Cyberpunk.
yeah.
I have to say, if you follow the story and you follow missions and you don't try and invest too much in the world, everything is quite a nice backdrop for some very good single player fun and good story. The problem is it just doesn't have an interesting world like Skyrim or other places. The setting's interesting, but it just the execution woeful in comparison to what they said it was going to be. It's always been lacking.
Yeah, I need to get back into it. But I felt like I was playing for quite a while and hadn't been allowed to do anything remotely like open. There's absolutely no... It was very much like go to this dot, talk to this person, shoot that, go to this dot.
Oh my god, I can't believe you got your friend killed. You're so shit at this. I didn't do anything, I tried not to. No, he's dead now because of you, you prick. Like, oh, fuck. It's like Last of Us 2. Goes, oh my god, I can't believe what a horrible bastard you are. Did you really choose to do that? No, you chose for me. Like, no, you horrible prick. You should feel really fucking bad about everything you're doing in this game, even though we're not giving you any choice in the matter. I didn't mean to. I'm just like, no, you killed that person. I can't believe you killed a pregnant person.
Even though we're
fucking
literally, though we're literally telling you to press X to beat that woman with the bar.
yes.
You are doing this. You're the one pressing the button. You bastard. You
Exactly. Yeah.
bastard.
They give it that game. I like that game. I want to stress that. But that game gives you absolutely no choice in any decisions you're trying to make at all. Like, and it makes you feel like an absolute.
I'm pretty sure I
cunt.
could talk them down.
No, I'm pretty certain that there's.
Yeah, I'm sure I could try
think I'd
talking to them.
I think this is just going to escalate things. If I'm honest with you, if I do that. Oh, I'm doing it. Okay, cool. Okay, I guess I'll do that then. It did escalate things. I'm just going to say
Isn't
that
she
right
just-
now. Yeah.
Isn't she just gonna get more angry if I kill all her friends in really horrible ways?
Yeah.
Nah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep pressing X.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're basically making me feel like a bastard just so you can move the story along. Okay.
Shut up. We're winning BAFTAs.
Maybe the story's not that good then, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I say I still really like it, but
Well,
a lot of what I like about it
they've
isn't
got a-
necessarily story.
They've got to move it on somehow, right?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
Am I juddering a bit?
A little bit, but you're all right.
Little bit. You've gone a wee bit
Very
grainy,
Oh, that's
but
a
I'm
bit
sure
of a
it's not
shame.
your fault.
I think this is exciting news for you, but I can't tell whether it's just going to highlight that it would actually be really shit to play nowadays. 25 years after its original release, experience GoldenEye 007 faithfully recreated for Xbox consoles, including achievements, 4K resolution, a smoother frame rate, and even in split-screen local multiplayer, coming soon to Game Pass.
I mean, I'm sort of cautious. If they can make it control nicely.
That's
So
the
I
thing,
did-
isn't it?
A few years ago, I played through the whole thing on like an N64 emulator, and it just doesn't. You can't get your brain into controlling a game that way. Like, it was still very much the beginning of like 3D camera and FPS games on consoles, and it just doesn't work the way you expect it to now.
No.
So if they can remap things a bit, it's like the way you couldn't really aim accurately and walk at the same time, things like that. It was all a bit odd, but still cracking fun to play.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd second that.
Deathloop
Sorry,
leak. Go on, right.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm literally. I don't know what it was. One of my. I think it was Good Old Games was downloading an update for some reason, so I just froze that, and I feel like everything's gone back to normal.
Paul says, as long as Oddjob is basically still illegal to play, I'm in.
Nice.
Because that was even more of a dick move then than it is now. Because to look up and down, you would kind of like stop and go, oh, hello, where's that? Oh, yes, that button there, isn't it? And then you go. It was very. Wasn't the smoothest of explorations of 3D space.
Yeah, that's going to be entertaining. Deathloop has been leaked on the Xbox, which means that basically we're soon going to have access to Deathloop on Xbox Game Pass.
Good game. Very
Yes,
good.
so-
And
so
I
fair.
mean, rated very well when the critics came out. I don't think it sold amazingly though, which is a bit of a shame because people are missing out on a very, very clever game that really makes you think and work, and the payoff is totally worth it, and the twist is awesome. Really good game. Enjoyed every moment of it. But then I like that sort of thing, like Dishonored and stuff like that. So, like more of that. Go for
Do you see
Deathloop.
the GoldenEye remaster? There's no online multiplayer on the Xbox, but there is on the Switch. If we fancy paying £400 for it instead of getting it for free on Game Pass, we could play online on the Switch.
Nintendo give with one hand and take away with the other every time, don't they?
Yeah, the online experience for Nintendo is always amazing, though. So
Oh yeah, it's so good, so reliable and amazing, and fundamentally something I would always love to pay for. Fucking awful. Anyway,
here's something I'm excited for. Top Gun Maverick 4K UHD Blu-ray pre-orders now include the Steelbook Superfan collection.
Oh my god, this thing looks so good.
It looks so fucking good. The Superfan collection includes 2 Steelbook cases with 4K Blu-ray and Blu-ray discs of Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. Access with digital copies of each one. There are also collectibles like dog tags, a leather Maverick keychain, magnetic decals, coasters for things like the hard deck, which is obviously where they go to drink, photos, and the photo are the pictures that are on Maverick's locker in Maverick. I fucking want it. I want it.
I would buy a locker from IKEA just to put those pictures in a locker.
So me and Russ were saying we'd buy them just so we could tap the photos before we went out and did something.
Yeah, tap the photos,
Yeah.
pause for a second and look wistful,
Yeah.
and slam the locker shut and get on with your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'd do that.
It's also announced the special features on the 4K, which is interesting as well. Love letter to aviation. Tom Cruise shares his passion for aviation as he pilots his own aircraft, a vintage World War II B-51 Mustang, which would have been the Top Gun aircraft of its day. Forging the Dark Star, pushing the limits beyond Mach 10, the future of aviation is unveiled through an impressive experimental aircraft specially designed for the movie. Masterclass with Tom Cruise, Cannes Film Festival. Tom Cruise discussed his incredible career at the flagship event. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning teaser trailer. Cleared for takeoff, witnessed the most intense film training program as the cast prepared themselves for filming while pulling multiple Gs in fighter planes. I mean, I'm all for that. I actually kind of want to know how this film's made. So it's the kind of film that I would sit and watch all the special features on.
Probably use cameras.
Yeah, I think it is a film it's not been. There's not been another film done in the same way as this.
Yeah.
Like all the aerial stuff. Like it's just so logistically difficult, and sending the actors up and then just they had no way of monitoring them or even necessarily talking to them very much while they're
having
there.
them have to know exactly how they need to act in that specific circumstance. So
The things like hitting eye lines and stuff.
It's a lot
Crazy.
of trouble to it's a lot of trouble to teach that many people to fly F-18s. I think just to get those shots. It's ambitious.
I mean,
project.
it's possible they weren't flying them.
I refuse to believe that. It looked too good.
I don't know if you've seen the movie, Dan, but you can see that they're doing it in the movie, so they must have been.
It's
Very
quite difficult
clearly.
as well.
Very clearly sitting in things. Very clearly.
We didn't get it, but in this country, but Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom trailer, it was announced basically in the latest Nintendo Direct. Just more Legend of Zelda and Breath of the Wild. Essentially, I'm here for it.
I'll take it.
Me too. Looks fun. So yeah.
Haven't played it again since though, which
No.
tells me a lot about Breath of the Wild. Played it once, all the way to completion. Really enjoyed every moment of it, and have not once wanted to go back to it.
I just haven't finished it, so you know.
What was the last game you finished?
Honestly, Tom, fucking nothing, because
Yeah.
I've been working the other. I had 10 minutes the other day, and I was at my parents', and I used xCloud to play Far Cry 5 because I saw Sarah playing it, and it looked fucking fun, and I really enjoyed those 10 minutes before I decided I needed to actually fall asleep and collapse. So yeah.
Fair enough.
I intend to complete many video games, but honestly, right now, I don't think I can tell you any video games that are coming out, despite the fact we do a news podcast every couple of weeks on the video games that are coming out.
I am one level, I think, away from completing BioShock again,
Nice.
which was really good fun to play. Again, I missed that story and that setting. That first game, bloody marvelous.
It's very good. Very good. Although you might want to just stop playing now
Why?
because the last boss is a bit shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll get through Apollo Heights, which I think is the last bit of this.
Yeah.
But then I think after that, yeah, I'm kind of tempted to just kind of leave Jack forever in Rapture.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go. The last bit of news we've got some bad news on the last Starfighter sequel. Apparently, according to Gary Whitta, it might never happen.
Oh,
But if it doesn't happen, it won't be for lack of effort. I like the last Starfighter, so I think that would be actually quite sad. So yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Done.
Sweet. Thank you
McLaughlin
very much.
out. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dan. And there we go. There's the podcast all wrapped up with a nice, pretty bow for you. If you enjoyed tonight's podcast, don't forget to interact with us. If you've got any questions, you want to share your news, views, and opinions, just do it. Go to our social media feeds, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Just use facebook.com/TMTOOH, or on the other two, @TMTOOH. And then on Instagram, go to our bio, and you can find a link to the Discord server there and join in on any of the chats that are going on. Dan, I know you have been busy as hell, but I know that according to last time, we've got podcasts that are going to be hitting at some point. Which is
Yes. It was meant to be last week, but then stuff got in the way. I am quite literally spending my morning tomorrow putting a total of 10 too much time on our hands. Too much time on our hands? Of our hands. Too much time of our hands. Of our hands. Fucking hell. Too much time on our hands podcast up tomorrow, including this one. So
Amazing.
everything, all the backlog will be up by tomorrow evening. You have a Dan guarantee on that. Like, yeah.
Which is great because it's a fair few weeks, but obviously, as Dan said, he's been incredibly fucking busy, and so let's
get off my
give him
back, guys.
a break, all right? Because he's been trying his damnedest to do a lot of stuff, and the stream's been running anyway. So if you were missing it that much, you could have watched it.
Yeah.
The good thing about podcasts is nobody will hear you making these promises until you've uploaded them anyway.
Until you've uploaded the
Yeah.
podcast.
So
this is genius.
It's fine.
So it'll be completely out of context, but also just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us tonight. Thanks very much to the guys, girls, whoever you are out there watching us today. Just give them a wave, guys. That's why they're here. Give them a wave. Thank you very much to all four of you watching. I'm pretty sure at least me, Dan, and Russ are one of them. And so whoever you are out there, Paul, thanks very much for watching.
I'm not. I don't count as one of those stats.
Excellent. So it's just me and Dan. So Paul and someone else, whoever you are, mystery viewer, thanks very much for watching tonight. It might actually be my mate Chris. If it is Chris, thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to Russ.
Laters.
I'm going to say goodbye to Dan.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from me, Tom. And on that note, Russ, let's cue that motherfucking music.